Today is February 7th, 2024. I'm Joe Reingold. I'm here with Janice Feldman. Hello, Janice.
Hi, how are you?
Good afternoon. Tell us a little bit about your background and what you know about your family, where they were from, how they came to this country, and where you grew up.
Well, my grandmother on the paternal side came in from the Ukraine, Odessa, near Odessa. I understand now they weren't allowed to live in Odessa. And she told me she came over 100-year anniversary, and they were doing all the fireworks because it was the 100-year anniversary, and she thought it was for them. So it was always a cute story. And she was quite a gal. I named my daughter after her, Catherine Keetle. And I said, "Where did you live?" And she says, "It depends on what year you ask." She was in her 90s when she passed away, and had just recently been asked to be on the Groucho Marx show for those old parents. Then the other side, and they came into New York. The other side was from, according to the obituary, I've got the name of the town, I can't pronounce it, Malkowice. But the obit says it was in Poland when it was owned by Russia. And this is in the 1800s. Possibly Grandpa came in about 1860, and my grandmother came in around 1880. They were related, and he followed her here, and they came in through Galveston instead of New York. It's my understanding they even paid you if you come to Galveston. And there was a Jewish organization that got you jobs. And I found my grandfather as a shoe salesman at that time. And her parents had already moved up to Bryan, Texas, and opened up a small goods store there. And then I was born in Oklahoma, and the whole family moved to Oklahoma when my mother it was still Indian Territory, 1903. My father moved to Dallas when she was young, and she went to Dallas Business School, and that's where they met. Lived here for a while, lived in Oklahoma, lived in Texas, and went back to Oklahoma and met my husband there. We got married very, very young. I was 18, he was 19.
How did you meet?
At Oklahoma University. We were freshmen in college. And I was always very, very active in Oklahoma City, president of the B'nai B'rith and stuff like that. So it was a big part of my life, especially in high school. And yes, there was anti-Semitism that I ran into. I was more social and kind of ran into things that nobody ever knew I was Jewish. And it was always sort of like a hidden anti-Semitism that would pop up after they found out, which was kind of sad because I didn't quite get it. And then we were very active sports-wise, always. And I was very active at Temple Shalom. I was in charge of the cookbook that they did, which I brought a copy of.
Oh, wow.
Just so you can see it.
Cook's Tour.
And it's cute because it's on eBay for about $30 more than what we sold it for.
When did you come here?
We came here in '63 when he graduated OU. He went to SMU, and then we've been here since '63. 2 months after we got here was when Kennedy was assassinated. The atmosphere here was terrible. The politics were horrible. People were all worried that the fluoride in the thing, that it was going to kill you, or it was going to do something, or give you brain damage, or the conspiracy theories were relevant back then too. And we rented a house near SMU, and when my husband started practicing law, the landlord fell in love with us, and he told us he'd sell us the house, so that's how we got our house. He just thought Larry was the best lawyer that ever happened. We moved to our house up here off of LBJ and Preston Road near there. And we did that mainly because we ran into anti-Semitism at Highland Park and decided to put our son in Richardson schools. And that's, I hate to really have this interview. I hope you cut it out about Jewish anti-Semitism.
No, but it's okay to hear it.
Um,
I know. I grew up here. I experienced it also.
The little boy in Joey's school was calling him Jewy Joey and stuff like that. I tried to volunteer for tons of things at the school. They were always closed to us. And when we moved to Shady Cliff, I didn't know. We called the country club and said, can we join? And they said, well, who recommended you? And I said, nobody. We just moved in the area. And they said, well, there's a 15-year wait. And they knew that we were Jewish. There's no question about it. But we got along great. We had a lot of friends that are Jewish and non-Jewish. People that we met through my daughter's school we're still friendly with that are not Jewish. So it's not everywhere, but the incidents were there. Then I became quite active at Temple. Later on, we decided we kept going to San Diego because I grew up a lot there. And we decided to buy a vacation home there because my son got a job in San Diego.
Right.
So I followed him, and then my daughter followed us. And anyway, we've had a very good life. We've been married about 63 years. And we moved to the Legacy because when our house decided it needed to be sold, I called around every place in town for apartments and homes and garages for the car. And I decided that just wasn't what we needed to do. We needed to be here. So, and the factor is that we really like it here. I mean, it's not perfect, but we really do like it here. And I go to everything and he follows me.
I know they have a lot to offer here.
Yes, they do.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I drag him to the lectures, and we mark creditor and give him those little lectures that he does. And I laugh because Larry said he likes the movies. We do go to stuff in there all the time, but he's in bed by 8 o'clock, so we don't go to the night movies.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, and my family's really from Oklahoma.
But you said you spent a lot of time in San Diego.
I did. We moved. I was born in Oklahoma. We moved to Dallas. I was 6 months old. We moved away when they had a Janice K shop in Snyder Plaza. And we moved to San Diego. Spent a lot of years there. Back and forth to Oklahoma, and then I went to high school in Oklahoma, and college in Oklahoma, and then we moved here, and we were really here ever since. It's been a long time. 1963. I don't know how many years. How many years is that? It's a long
too many,
time.
yeah. So you've seen Dallas change and grow and expand and all kinds of things. What do you think of what you've seen since you first came here?
Well, when we first came here, we said, gee, that's a growing city. We're going to really love it. Every time it grew, I was like, oh, no. You know, it's a lot more crime and a lot more traffic and a lot more all of those things that you kind of wish would stayed back. But that's progress, right?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. You can't fight progress. And what else have I left out?
Besides things at the Legacy, are you involved in anything else in the community or in the Jewish community?
Actually, I spent the last 20 years help raise the grandkids. And one of the reasons we decided not to stay in that era of things, let's see, one is in Seattle now, one's in Portland, one's in Santa Barbara, one's getting ready to go to college, and the little one, who's only the one left, is a water polo junior Olympic champion, and he got the MVP player for all of the United States last year.
Oh, mazel tov.
How about you?
Wonderful, yeah.
I mentioned the cookie.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, he's quite a little champion. So he's the only one really left, but truly because he's a champion. He's never home either. They just, they're traveling all these places. So my daughter would prefer that we're there. And who knows, someday I may be.
Well, at least you have a home there. You can go back and
We have
forth.
a vacation home
right,
there,
right.
and we have this home here.
Oh, anything else you'd like to add?
Well, not really. I'm not as active as I used to be with all the Jewish organizations. I was always with Federation and B'nai B'rith and all that stuff, and Temple. And like I said, I had edited this cookbook and the whole bit. So we used to do Hanukkah family night for 400 people, I think. We made Hanukkah. We made latkes for 2 days straight. So I was active in my day, and just not so active anymore. I think at 82 I can sit back and go to the movie with you.
Let the younger people do it.
Yeah, and we, like I said, sports was always a part of our life. We played tennis and golf, and before that was bowling, and it's just, we've had a good life. Lucky.
Yes, you are. Well, thank you so much for being here and doing this with me.
Okay. Well,
enjoy your time
I
here.
hope it was beneficial.
It was wonderful.